Okay, Sir Kalim is here, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So a very warm good morning to everyone and respected panel member as well. I welcome you everyone on our 5th day of the international webinar on SPSS. So yesterday we just discussed few points related to the SPSS, like we talk about the Pearson correlation. We discussed yesterday single regression analysis, and we discussed about the statistical significance. Now, on the 5th day, to be continue from our same resource person, Dr. Kalimullah Khan. So he's going to discuss today about, I believe, the exploratory factor analysis. So I welcome you everyone, and I hope that everyone gets something by the session end of the day. So the platform is to Sir Kalim now, and every question we will consider at the end. Let Sir Kalim finish the session, and then we will have question answer session. If you have any question, we can have at the end. So good luck everyone, and over to you, Sir Kalim.
Thank you, Pramod. Hopefully my voice is clear to everyone and everyone is listening me properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for Asab and Pramod and all the participants. I'm going to share the screen. So once you confirm, then I will start. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start. Should I start, Pramod?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Dear participant, yesterday we had discussion on the, as Pramod sir rightly said, we discussed statistical significance, Pearson correlation, single and multiple regression. Today we are discussing exploratory factor analysis. So what is exactly exploratory factor analysis? Okay, we have two types of factor analysis. One is confirmatory factor analysis, and another one is exploratory. So I will just little talk theoretically on confirmatory factor analysis, and then we will discuss in detail exploratory factor analysis. Confirmatory factor analysis is that technique in which we just confirm any existing theory, model, or concept. As it is self-explanatory, confirmatory, we are confirming something. So we take, for example, any theory, and then based on that theory, we select some variable and we develop hypothesis, and then we test it in some specific context. Or in another very simple words, suppose if we already have questionnaire available with us of those variables in the literature, we have the items of those variables available, and we want to test some variables relationship. So we are mostly using confirmatory factor analysis. However, today our main concern is exploratory factor analysis, which I'm discussing it in detail, and then we will do it in SPSS step by step. What exactly exploratory factor analysis is, you can see there are many slides here. I will just give one example and will try to clarify the concept with the help of one example. What exactly the main purpose of exploratory factor analysis is. Okay, dear participants, what exactly exploratory factor analysis is? Exploratory factor analysis is used for developing or checking the interrelationships of variables, or in other words, we can see it is used for finding out subfactors or dimensions of one variable. Mostly, I gave examples in the class. For example, we have one variable like we say organization justice is, or without going to organization justice, I give example of, for example, love. You want to measure, this is love is one of our variable, well, one of our main concern we want to measure. Now what we do, we for example develop 30 items to measure love. 30 items, I mean 30 statements. What factor analysis will do, once we distribute these 30 items and we collect data from the participants, then we enter this data in SPSS and we apply exploratory factor analysis. So what exploratory analysis will do, will simply will divide these 30 items. For example, in this column, this is one, this is second. I'm telling you the overall ultimate purpose of it. One column, second, third column. So exploratory factor analysis will, suppose, as in my example, will divide these 30 items in 3 different categories. For example, here 12 items, and here, for example, or we can say here, suppose 13 items. Here, suppose we have 10 items, and here, suppose we have 7 items. From the items, I mean statements, with the help of which we measure variables. Now, exploratory factor analysis will divide actually these 30 items in my example based on 3 different categories. One category of items, second category of items, and third category of items. First category of items, the exploratory factor analysis has grouped 13 items. Here 10 items are grouped and here 7 items are grouped. What exactly it means, why it is done? So there are some specific techniques with the help of which exploratory factor analysis divide these 30 items into 3 different categories. What exactly it mean? Its meaning is that these 13 items are linked with each other, and these 10 items are linked with each other. Though all these 13, 10, and 7 items are about love, it is measurement of love. But what the researcher will do then, researcher will read these 13 items, one item, second item, and we'll see what kind of love is this, for example. And then, for example, you came to know it is family love, for example. You will read as a researcher these 13 items, and then you will label them. You will label these 13 items. 13 items are talking about what, or what kind of love is this? So you label it with family love. And then, for example, the second, when you read 10 items, you came to know it is country love. And that is, for example, family love, country love, and or your friendship, for example. Friendship, love. Now, these 3 categories, who will label this family love, country love, and the friendship love? You as a researcher, you will do it. Once we collect data from the respondents, we enter it in SPSS, and then we apply exploratory factor analysis. Suppose exploratory factor analysis can give us these 3 components. This is one component, this is second, and this is third. In the next stage, we will read them properly, and then we will name them. like as I did family love, it means that these 13 statements are talking about family love. These 10 items are actually country love. And this is, for example, friendship or kids love or love for reading or love for research, whatever, for example. This is the overall ultimate purpose of exploratory factor analysis. So here, what we did, we developed three sub-factors of the love itself. It means we explore other three variables or three dimensions or three components of the love itself. So whenever we measure love, we can measure love based on these 13 items, which will specifically measure family love, and that will be country love, and this will be friendship love. So this is the overall ultimate purpose of exploratory factor analysis. However, when we do it in SPSS, then it has many steps to conclude like this. So there are many steps. You can see these are almost 7-8 items, 7-8 issues are there based on which we are supposed to decide how many factors we have, and there are some other specific concepts. These 8 issues, that's Kaiser, Meyer, Olkin, sampling of adequacy, and then Bartlett's test of sphericity, anti-image correlation, commonalities, factor loadings, eigenvalues, percentage of variance explained. So these are the steps here. The first step is this one. You can see the Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin measure of sampling adequacy. What does it mean? When we do factor analysis, and the factor analysis, our first step is to see this table. And what this table is all about, this is KMO. And KMO mean Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin. Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin you can see here red highlighted is Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin measure of sampling adequacy. It is actually, we need to see whether this value, the red highlighted one, which is 0.882, is it greater than 0.5 or not? So it must be greater than 0.5. KMO should be greater than 0.5. It means there is no issue of sampling. It fulfills the requirement of sampling, because many experts says, literature suggests that it has specific requirements. It has specific requirements of the sampling. So if it is greater than 0.5, then there is no issue. So you can see here it is 0.882. It means there is no issue. Another one is Bartlett's test of sphericity. Bartlett's test of sphericity should be significant. What does it mean that Bartlett's test of should be significant? It means this value should be less than 0.05. This value should be less than 0.05. What does it mean if it is less than 0.05? It means that interrelationships are possible. What I mean from the interrelationships, it means that these sub-factors are possible. These, like, it means that love can be subdivided on family, love, country, or friendship. The interrelationships between these 13 items are possible, then 7 items. So suppose if this is greater than 0.05, it means that this categorization is not possible. Factorization is not possible. Sub-factors are not possible. This is first condition. Keep it in mind. This is first condition. This is Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin measure of sampling adequacy value must exceed 0.5. Some says even 0.7, 0.6, but minimum it should be greater than 0.5. And the second one, the result of Bartlett's test of sphericity should be at least significant at 0.05. And this is what I explained to you, and this is the result of SPSS. When we do it in SPSS, SPSS gives us this result. So if it is greater than 0.5, meaning sampling adequacy is there. If it is less than 0.05, meaning factorizations are possible. Okay, these are then specific values of the K sampling adequacy, like below 0.50 is unacceptable. It is actually talking about these values. This. So as I told you, it should be 0.5 minimum, and others, the more it is going high, the more it is good. The second is anti-image correlation. What is anti-image correlation? Here you can see this anti-image correlation in the steps, as I told you. This is the third step that we need to consider. This one, anti-image correlation matrix of item should be at least above 0.5. So when we do it in SPSS, SPSS will give us this kind of table, and we need to see anti-image correlation, this one. This is first statement, first item, second item, third item, fourth item, fifth item, sixth, seventh, total 13 item. What we need to see, first item and first column, first value, first statement or item or question, first item, first value under first column. This is our first column. We will not consider this one. These are statements. So first item, first value under first column must be greater than 0.5, and others will be less than 0.5. You can see here. Others are less than 0.5. Only this one is high. Then second value, second item, second value will be greater than 0.5, others will be low. Then third and third value, third item, third value will be greater than 0.5.
I think we lost the connection. There's some internet connectivity issue, I believe, right? So just a few minutes, we'll be in touch with Sir Kalim, and then we'll get back to you. Sarfraz sir, are you here?
Yeah, I'm there. Just let me repeat. I was saying something.
I think there's some connectivity issue or maybe electricity issue at his end, right?
Sir, very good morning to all of you. I have a question. Before we proceed further, what is Bartlett's test of sphericity? What is the meaning of sphericity? So that the things will be much more clearer.
Yeah, let him come. We will be able to give the clear picture on that one. We will wait. Otherwise, we will give the answer. But just wait for him.
Before Dr. Kalim proceeds, if we just enlighten on this Bartlett's test of sphericity, the meaning.
Okay, just wait for
Okay. See, Vipin sir. See, the Butler, actually the test, like, the test is being developed to see that the item can be subdivided by the sub items or not. Like, for example, as sir have talked about the, love categorized into the 3 factors, right? So Butler's sphericity test is for done to see that one data can be related with another data or not. So one sphericity here, it means interrelationship right now.
Oh,
Right? Interrelationship of the factors, the items we have developed. Right? So the love can...
the relationship of factors.
Yes. Like, exactly. So the...
Okay, sir.
Like the love, it been categorized into the 3 forms. It's just an example. Love can be categorized into several other forms as well. But items which we have developed, items which we are testing, are they interconnected with one another or not? So spacity is connection of one data with another data. Is it clear, sir?
Yeah, okay, very much clear.
That's great.
I think now he came, and let me allow him to.
Yeah, Sir Faraz, can I continue?
Yeah, please, sir, please.
Okay.
I believe because of the some internet problem is.
Yeah, there was some internet disconnectivity. Okay, we were discussing the anti-image correlation. And so shortly, in front of each item, its value must be greater than 0.5. So first item, first value should be greater than 0.5, and second item, second value should be greater than 0.5. Suppose if it is less than 0.5, meaning that it is not validated, it is not correlated with those items, it should be dropped from the analysis. It is not measuring that concept properly, so that is excluded from the analysis. And this is another step. So the first step I told you was the KMO, that it should be greater than 0.5. The second, it should be less than 0.05. It shows that sampling is adequate. It shows that factorization is possible. And then it will give you the details of each item, whether it is okay or not. How can we come to know if it is okay? If the value is greater than 0.5. Another important table is the total variance explained. Total variance explained. You can see here a number of items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13 items, 13 questions or items or statements were entered in the system. When we apply factor analysis, it gives us 3 complete rows.
Sir, Kalim, sorry to disturb.
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible,
yeah.
sir?
Yes, please.
Could you share your screen, sir?
Oh, that's good. Sorry.
It's fine.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine, sir.
Yeah. So these were we discussed. Now we are discussing the total variance explained. So this table, in fact, tells us that out of these 3 factors, which one is more important? You know, this one, like family love, as I see, we categorize this one, and this is second one, and this is third one. Now you can see here this table, total variance explained, meaning that how much these 3 factors combinedly explain variance. In my example, suppose love, or in your case, for example, any kind of variables. So this last value, which you can see here, the red highlighted, the last value, it is 84%. So it should be at least 60%, this cumulative one. The first factor carries 34% importance, we can say, but we explain variance, and the second 25 and third 25. So 34 plus 25, it becomes 59, and 59 plus 25, it is 84. So if it is, there are some literature suggests, some says that minimum should be 50%, but majority of them experts say that it should be 60%. So the more it is towards 100%, the more it is good. So more than 60% must be there. So it also tells you how many factors are possible. 3 factors. one factor, then second factor, and third factors. So this is what total variance explained. So you may consider this last value whether it is 60% or not. Second, this is the scree plot, which tells you in the plot form how many factors are possible. This is first factor, this is second factor, and this is third one. The other are on x-axis, or we can say horizontally. That is not considered. For example, in the table, you can see how many factors are possible: 1, 2, and 3. How we came to know? Based on eigenvalue. What is eigenvalue? Eigenvalue greater than 1. So this is also, this total is actually showing the eigenvalue. This is 6, which is greater than 1. This is 3, which is also greater than 1. This is 0.96, which is almost 1. That's why 3. A value less than 1 will not be considered a factor. So only 3 factors are considered here, meaning that here love, in my example, like love can be categorized only in 3 categories. Suppose if there was this fourth one also, and it is also like 1.49 or 4 point something, it means then there were 4 possible factors of love. There will be, for example, books love, reading love, or any other 4th category was possible, but now it is 3. Okay. Another important thing, that as I told you, that how can we which questions actually, how can we come to know which 13 questions are coming in first category, and which 10 items are coming in second category, and which 7 items are coming in third category. For this purpose, we need to see this table, rotated component matrix. Rotated component matrix. Here it is, for the example purpose, it has been systematically presented. Systematically presented, I mean it is in sequence form. This is, you can see first component, this is second component, and this is third component. First component mean the first category, like as I said, family love. So how can we come to know which items, these items or these one? The one which is greater than 0.5. You can see all these are greater than 0.5. It means they are correlated with each other. They are same family. They are same nature of items, meaning they are family. They are coming under family love. All these are talking about family love. And others you can see are less than 0.5. So that's why we will just pick these one, and then we will name them family love. Similarly, in second component, we will take the highest greater than 0.5, and same like in third one. And the next stage, then we label them, like we say family love, country love, and then friendship love, or reading love, or whatever that our variable is. For example, if it is, we have organization justice as a variable, we say then distributive justice, procedural justice, interactional justice, or whatever the different aspects that we have. So this was the theoretical aspects of the exploratory factor analysis, though I believe there are many things that we can talk on it, but due to some certain limitations, I just explain things in a little bit speedy way and to focus on time. So how can we do it in SPSS? The same thing. We go to analyze, and then we go dimension reduction. We click factor, and here you will select all those 30 items which you have developed, or 25 items you have developed, or whatever the items. You bring it here, then you click on descriptive. And here it is, you can see KMO and Bartlett's test of sphericity. And this is anti-image, the things which I explained this one. These steps are also there in this slide. It will be shared with you. So this table will come and this will. So we say, okay, continue. And then we go to extraction. And here there are many options. It has, each of it option has its own requirement. However, we are selecting principal component. And based on eigenvalue that is by default one selected, we continue. And then rotation, you can select here Varimax. You should select Varimax here. We continue. And suppose we don't need to pick anything. And here, suppose we want to suppress small coefficients. Like we say to the system, they do not give the values which is less than 4, suppose. Which values? Like in my slides, these values here, the values which is less than 0.4, it will not be visible to us. So we tell the system it should not be visible. We say continue and we click OK. So you can see this is the first table which I explained. KMO, Kaiser Meyer Olkin. This is 0.883. So greater than 0.5, meaning there is no sampling issue. Bartlett's test of sphericity, it is significant. It means it is less than 0.05, meaning factorization is possible. Subfactors are possible. And then anti-image correlation, this is attitude 1. So here, for example, greater than 0.85, this is greater than 0.5. Attitude 2 is also greater than 0.5. Attitude 3, yeah, is greater than 0.5. Attitude 4. So we need to then exclude the one which is less than 0.5. It means it is not the part of these interrelationships. And then this is total variance here, for example, and this 2 factors are possible. An example based on this. And then we need to see rotated component matrix, which items are there. You can see here greater than 0.5 will be considered in this component, and in the component 2 these factors will be considered. So it also depends on which technique you want to use. Principal component analysis, Varimax. Like in my case here, I select analyze and dimension reduction factor. When you say rotation, these one, there are many ways based on correlation or no correlation. These are actually considered. Anyhow, it has some other than theoretical aspects. Conceptual concepts are there. Oblique rotation, orthogonal rotations are there. And whether in descriptive we should go for the principal in the extraction, we should go for principal component analysis or the principal axis factoring. Many other aspects it has. So this was just the, you can say, the basis of the exploratory factor analysis. Yes, sir, Faraz, I will now over it to the candidates, the participants. If they have any question, they should ask, because I'm facing a little light problem and my laptop battery is getting down. So if there is any question, you can ask me, anyone.
Yeah, that's really great. Thank you so much, Sir Kalim. Yeah, so due to certain limitation, right? So we come to the question answer. If anyone have any question, please type message or raise your hand so Sir Sarfaraz can unmute you, and then accordingly we proceed for the end of the session. Right? Yeah.
Dr. Kalim, very good morning.
Thank you, thank you.
Sir, I have a question. As a research student, if I have to use this Kaiser-Meyer or Bartlett's test of sphericity in research, when do I use it? After, during the time of testing hypothesis, or after getting the response from the participants? Would be what
No,
time?
yeah. Whenever you, for example, whenever the variable has dimensions available in literature, you don't do it. Then you go towards confirmatory factor analysis. But suppose you say that there is one concept, green human resource management or green performance management. You design 30 items, you develop it, huh? You develop 30 or 60 items, and then you believe and you think that these 30 or 40 items that you have developed, and then you distributed questionnaire, you collected data, and after that you say that how much sub-factors of green human resource management can be developed based on these 30 items.
Achha, to be more
Like how many sub-factors it may have, the concept. So at that time it is used.
Okay, so when I get the data, okay, at that time, do this testing, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Yes, another question. Is there any other question?
Yeah, if anyone have any question, please either type or raise your hand. So accordingly, we will proceed. Because the Kalim laptop battery is very critical now.
Yeah. Because with permission of Kalim Sahab and Pramod sir, actually some of the respondent or participant has come late. So just say that if we will give a very quickly summary of these things, what is that meaning, not going through that all, but just to have a little quick summary so that we can connect.
Okay, exploratory factor analysis is used whenever you want to have sub-factors of one main factor. Like you say that how many factors are possible within one main variable. So their questions can be welcome. You and I will be available in WhatsApp.
I think sir laptop is gone.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Okay. Anyway, I believe due to certain constant, we have to wind up our today's session. And we have, I believe, one more day tomorrow. That will be the qualitative research. So first of all, thank you so much for your active participation, and thank you so much to Sarfaraz sir and TMS team for organizing such event, right? So we will be in touch tomorrow as well, and tomorrow will be the last session, I believe. And then Sir Sarfaraz will share the PPT along with that, this certification. And as he have mentioned in starting of the session, that the recording of this will be available on YouTube, and you will receive the link, right? Sir Sarfaraz already have shared the link, right? So you can go through the link, you check the all sessions we have conducted in last 5 days. So that's it from our side. And if you have still any question, please jot down your question. We can discuss in coming session as well. And thank you so much. And Sarfaraz sir, over to you.
Yeah, actually, we have 2 more days, 2 more sessions. Of course, it is related with one topic, that is the qualitative research. And tomorrow there is one more speaker is there. She is going to talk about the qualitative research and more on that one. And one more thing is that like those who are the participants over here, they can write us, like although we are recording all the things regarding their attendance and all their participations, but still we request them to give a feedback reply to this mail ID so that we can keep it better to write on this one, so we can give the reply through that for the PPT. attach the PPT over there, as well as giving the link for that one along with their certificate. So I am going to give you that email ID, tmsstudy.com. So you can program at tmsstudy.com. Please write on this regarding anything, regarding your PPT, regarding your link, regarding that confusion questions. I will send to the speaker and they will reply back to you. I think Bipin Saab has raised the hand. Let me. Yeah.
Sir, it would be worthwhile to have one more examples, if possible, on today's exploratory factor analysis.
Now Kalim Saab is not there, so we will request him to send that one through PPT so that
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Okay, sir. Pramod sir.
Sir.
So
yeah, that would be good. Sir Kalim, you can ask Sir Kalim, and I believe he has so many information already, so he can share the PPT and we can share accordingly to our candidates.
okay, thank you very much, and definitely we will share all these materials for all the participants. So I request to send your feedback as well as your request so that on this email ID and go to the website for that one. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.